There's a quiet shift happening, something so powerful, so strange, and so insanely effective that it's turning completely average people into millionaires, without huge followings, without risky investments, and without working hundreds of hours a week. And the craziest part, almost nobody is talking about it. Not the news, not the financial gurus, not the influencers who claim they know all the secrets, but behind the scenes, while everyone else is chasing hacks, day trading, crypto pumps, and get-rich-quick nonsense, a small group of people are using this one rare trick to quietly build wealth so fast that even experts can't explain it. And today I'm going to reveal exactly how they're doing it step by step so you can use the same trick to transform your financial life, no matter where you're starting from. Welcome back to Passive Income Pro. The wealth formula you were never taught growing up. You were probably told the same outdated advice: work hard, save money, be responsible. But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud: you cannot save your way to wealth anymore. Inflation destroys your savings, wages barely grow, expenses increase every year, and the cost of simply existing keeps rising. Hard work alone doesn't make you wealthy. Being frugal doesn't make you wealthy. Even having a high-paying job doesn't guarantee wealth. The world changed, but the advice didn't. And that creates a massive gap between the people who work hard and the people who become wealthy. The secret: the wealthy don't trade time for money, they trade systems for money. And the trick I'm about to show you is exactly that, a system that multiplies itself. The hidden pattern among new millionaires: if you track the people who become wealthy over the last 5 years, not the celebrities, not the trust fund kids, but the regular people, you start noticing a strange pattern. They're not building traditional businesses. They're not grinding 80 hours a week. They're not doing anything dramatic. Instead, they built something that grows on its own, something that compounds, something that multiplies without more work, a small engine that starts slow, then expands quietly until it becomes unstoppable. This is how someone goes from broke to $2,000 a month to $10,000 a month to millionaire status, all without a massive audience or extreme risk. The trick they're using: a wealth engine built out of digital leverage. The trick: turning knowledge into automated income assets. Here's the secret that should have been taught in every school. Anything you know can become an asset, not a job, not a task, not a one-time effort, but an asset that lives online and earns money every single day, whether you're working or not. This is the quiet millionaire trick. People are turning their knowledge, no matter how small, random, or niche, into simple digital assets that take hours to create, cost nothing, sell automatically, scale infinitely, compound in value, never expire. A digital product doesn't get tired. It doesn't age. It doesn't need sleep. It doesn't ask for a raise. It works 24/7, forever. This is what the new wealthy have figured out. They don't sell their time. They sell assets created from their time. Why this works, even if you think you know nothing: one of the biggest excuses people make is, "I don't know enough to make something." But here's what they don't understand: the internet rewards usefulness more than expertise. You don't need to be the top 1% expert, you just need to be a few steps ahead of someone else. If you know how to organize your day, plan a workout, cook efficiently, structure a resume, write simple scripts, manage kids, solve a basic problem, use a software, stay productive, run a hobby, budget better, study smarter, you can turn that into a digital asset. Millions of people are searching for simple answers every day. And the people answering those questions in the form of assets, guides, templates, planners, scripts, mini courses are quietly getting rich, not because they're geniuses, but because they created something once and let the system sell it forever. The engine behind the trick: leverage plus automation. To understand why this works so well, you need to understand the new formula the wealthy use. Small skill, Kepper digital asset, comma automation, comma infinite distribution, equal to exponential wealth. Here's what each part means: small skill, you don't need insane expertise, just something useful. Digital asset, you package that knowledge into something people can download instantly. Automation, you don't manually sell it, your systems do. Infinite distribution, your asset sits in multiple marketplaces, platforms, and funnels at once, reaching thousands of people without extra effort. This is a wealth engine. You build it once, it runs forever, and the moment it starts compounding, everything changes. The magic of digital multiplication: if you sell a physical product, you must create it every time. If you do freelance work, you must deliver every time. If you work a job, you must clock in every time. But a digital asset, you build it once, and it becomes infinite. There is no limit to how many times it can be sold. A single file can be purchased 100,000 times. And the best part? There is zero cost to replicate it. No inventory, no shipping, no manufacturing, no extra labor. That's why average people are becoming wealthy. because they discovered a system that grows without more effort. This is how wealth is supposed to work. The snowball effect no one warns you about. Here's the truth. Your first asset will barely make money. Maybe $10 the first week. Maybe nothing. Most people quit here. But the people who become wealthy do one thing differently. They keep stacking assets. 1 guide, small income. 5 guides, decent income. 10 assets, steady income. 20 assets, serious money. 50 assets, life-changing wealth. This is the snowball. Slow at first, then suddenly unstoppable. Once your system has enough assets inside it, the wealth accelerates automatically. That's the part nobody sees. They only see the millionaire, not the first 10 assets, not the quiet work in the dark, not the slow beginning. But if you stay long enough for the snowball to form, everything changes. The pretend you're already rich method. Here's something crazy. People who become wealthy fast don't operate from where they are. They operate from where they're going. Before they have money, they make decisions like someone who does. They think like an owner, not a worker. They think like a builder, not a follower. This mindset shift is crucial. If you think like someone who needs money, you make desperate decisions. But if you think like someone building wealth, you focus on assets, systems, and leverage. And the trick is this: your mind becomes your engine long before your bank account does. You're not trying to get rich. You're trying to build something that creates wealth for you. Once you understand that difference, you're already ahead of 99% of people. Turning small skills into big income. Let's say you know something simple: how to organize your day, how to budget, how to stay motivated, how to use a software, how to write a script, how to study efficiently. Right now, that knowledge earns you nothing. But turn it into a digital asset, a template, a checklist, a guide, a small course, and suddenly it becomes a money-producing machine. A small skill becomes a big income when it's packaged correctly. The difference between a millionaire and a struggling person isn't their intelligence. It's what they do with what they know. The automation layer that makes this hands-free. This is the key that turns small creators into wealthy earners. They automate the distribution. Instead of manually posting, manually uploading, manually promoting, manual messaging, they set up simple workflows that do all of that for them. Every day, without fail, without burnout. Automation means the system wakes up for you. It works for you. It markets for you. It sells for you. And when you remove the manual labor, something magical happens. You begin to scale without limits. Why this trick works better than any business model today? There are hundreds of ways to make money online. Most are complicated, risky, saturated, or require constant effort. Digital assets and automation beat all of them because you don't need followers, you don't need ads, you don't need cash, you don't need perfection, you don't need to be an expert. You need a problem, a solution, an asset, a system to deliver it. Time, that's it. This is the simplest path to wealth that exists right now, and the quietest. The real reason this trick creates millionaires, it's not the money, it's the compounding. When you create an asset, it earns every day. When you create 10, they earn every day. When you create 50, you build a financial ecosystem that becomes impossible to stop. What starts as $200 a month turns into $1,000, then $3,000, then $7,000, then $15,000. Then one day you look up and realize the system built you into a millionaire quietly, not because you worked more, but because you worked right. The shortcut: consistency beats talent. You don't need to be skilled. You don't need to be lucky. You don't need to be early. You just need to be consistent. Because consistency is the multiplier. 1 asset a week for a year is 52 assets. 52 chances to earn. 52 pieces of digital real estate. 52 seeds planted in the marketplace. That kind of consistency makes wealth a mathematical guarantee. This quiet trick isn't a theory. It's a machine, a blueprint, a system that's producing more new millionaires today than any job, investment, or industry. And it's available to you right now. Your knowledge is the raw material. Your assets are the foundation. Your automation is the engine. Your consistency is the fuel. You don't need permission. You don't need luck. You don't need timing. You need one decision to build wealth the way wealthy people do. If you're ready to step into that version of yourself, stay with this channel, because we're just getting started. This is Passive Income Pro, and I'll see you in the next one.